This video will help you register in my math lab and show you how to use the class notes that I created. So the first thing you need to do is when you go to your Canvas course shell, click on My Lab in Mastering. When you do so, you will click on Open My Lab in Mastering. I'm going to let a Pearson rep lead you through how to register.
Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show you how to enroll in your Day 1 or Inclusive Access course directly through Canvas. So those of you that have used a previous MyMathLab or a mastering product, you might have noticed that you would have to go to an external website. You would have to go to mymathlab.com or mastering.com or something like that. But part of being in a Day 1 course is that you can access your materials directly through Canvas. And so what I'm going to do is show you how to register through that. You'll notice that my Canvas looks a little bit different than yours, and I'm just going to use a generic math book. It's a college algebra book, but the process will be the same for a biology course, any math course, geology, geography, anything within the math and sciences. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to log into Canvas, and I'm going to find the course that I want to enroll in. So I'm going to go into course 3. Okay. I found the My Lab and Mastering button that my professor set up for me, so I'm going to click on that. And again, you'll see the book that I'm using is right here, but whatever book you're using will be pictured. Okay, so I'm going to open My Lab and Mastering. This is the only time you'll go to an external website. You'll go to read our policy and privacy policy and license agreement, and you can read this whole thing and accept. After that, you're either going to have the option to sign in with your existing Pearson account. If you've ever used a MyMathLab or mastering product, it's that same, or Revel, it's that same login. Okay, if not, you can create a new one here. It's just one additional step. I would always encourage you to use your school email or something that you'll be able to remember as your username so that you can remember how to get in. So I already have one, obviously, so I'm going to go ahead and sign in. At this next page, you do have a few options. Okay, with Day 1, you should have had an access code emailed to.
So at this point, I'm going to stop that video. You really should have already had an access code emailed to you because you are Day 1 access. So you need to go to your JCCC email and search bookstore. One of the first emails that will pop up will have your access code. So just know that the bookstore has already emailed your access code because you are Day 1 access. So just go to your JCCC email, search bookstore, and you will find your access code. Because you're Day 1 access now, the Get Temporary Access will probably not be available to you. So you're going to click on Access Code. I'll let him continue, but remember what you need to do is just go to your JCCC email, search bookstore, and I promise you, you are Day 1 access, so they have already emailed you your access code.
To you. If you haven't talked to your professor, they would be able to help you with that. In which case, that's where you would click Access Code. Okay. If for some reason you don't have your access code, or you are thinking about opting out, or if for some reason, which this won't affect very many of you, but you do have 14 days.
Again, you do not have the 14-day free access anymore. You are a Day 1 access, so you should have your access code.
Temporary access. You can go in later and add your access code, but that way you can get started today. But for most of us, we will have an access code, so I'm going to go ahead and click that. This is where I'm going to copy and paste the access code that I got. Again, you can see here it says you can do it per box, or you can paste the entire access code into the first box so that you don't have to type out the entire code in every single box. So remember, your access code won't be the same as mine, but I'm going to go ahead and copy and paste all mine into the first box. Click Finish. And then this should be the next screen you see. So I'm the teacher in this course. I can go to my courses. And this is now I'm in my MyMathLab course, or my mastering course. So I'll back out. And now every time I come into Canvas, I should be able to just click Open My Lab and Mastering, and I shouldn't have to log in anymore. I shouldn't have to do anything. It'll take me right to my coursework. Okay. If you have any questions or any problems, please visit support.pearson.com. Thanks and good luck this semester.
So I hope that helped you realize what you need to do to access your course through Canvas and just clicking on My Lab and Mastering. So make sure you go here, open My Lab and Mastering, follow the steps that we just listed, and you should be able to get into your course pretty quickly. Now, back to the class notes. When you go to your modules tab, again, there's lots of different ways to find your class notes, but here are the blank copies, one way to get to them. I also have put them into your assignments, and they are also down below into the class notes packet as well. So there's lots of different ways to find your class notes. When you go to your class notes, say for example chapter 2 and 3, you will see a blank copy. I would, like I said, try some of these problems, see if you can understand some of the concepts before watching the videos. You might not know what to write in these blanks, but you might want to try some of these problems to see if you can go ahead and do them. So where are you going to know what needs to be written in? Well, that is when you're in My Math Lab, and you're going to go to your Homework tab. Once you're in your Homework tab, and you click on section, say 2.1, the class notes video, this is what goes along with your class notes. When you click on class notes video 2.1, this is a video I created. I did this because I have taught Math 116 for many semesters in a face-to-face course, and I wanted my online students to have that same options to be able to hear a lecture, see the class notes that I do in a face-to-face course, and go that route.
Section 2.
So when you click on the first video, you're going to hit play. I will stop talking for a little bit so you can see what the videos look like.
1. Linear equations and 1 variable. This triangle represents our basic foundation from constants and variables all the way up to equations. Our constants and variables are our foundation. Constants are like our numbers, 2, -1/5. We'll divide by 2, and so y is going to equal, that's what we get on the left-hand side. On the right,
So as you can see, I show a lot of the steps, and then I show how we can check our answers and so forth. So these are the videos that I created. Every time you're going to want to watch one of your videos, you'll just go to section 2.1 and click on the class notes video. While you're watching the video, then I would be filling out the class notes. I would actually pause the video, make sure I could try some of these problems, see if I get them right. As you scroll down into section 2.2, you will see that we have wonderful word problems already. So be watching the videos I created. Again, in the homework tab, under each section that you will click on, the first video that you will need to watch is the class notes video. So while watching the class notes videos, you'll be filling out the class notes. Now, like I said previously, you are going to have to submit class notes online, but I don't want every single page. For example, under assignments for week 2, you will see that you need to submit class notes chapter 2, pages 4, 5, and 6. You will click here to submit them. When you click here to submit them, just be careful. I want to make sure that you only submit the pages that I asked for, and again, that you submit as a single document. On a previous video, I mentioned using the tiny scanner might be the best option for you. So do not submit page after page after page. It does need to be in a single file, and one of the best ways to do that is to use the free Tiny Scanner app if you don't have a scanner capability. So make sure when you are submitting your class notes that you submit them as a single document. So under your modules tab, every week, week 1, week 2, and so forth, you will probably have some class notes to submit. Under assignments for, say, week 3, I tell you which pages need to be submitted, 12, 13, 15. You'll click here to go ahead and submit your class notes. Again, here is how you submit as a single document. So I've tried to be very specific and help you out on understanding how you can do that. If you have any questions about class notes or anything about the course, please let me know.